Hello, people, and I'd love to share some dreams in which I had on the summer of 2011, and the background of how these dreams came to be. I'll leave them in the description box below, so you guys could read my full testimony. All right. So I'll start with the things which say that in one of my in one of them I was in New York. I was in a place which I knew to be New York. New York. People were casually walking, and I remember a woman and a man on their cell phones. They were wearing black clothing, business clothing, walking and just on their cell phones, minding their own business. Walking to work, I assume. Then out of nowhere, a huge tsunami came. It didn't even take 8 seconds for it to reach. Excuse my childlike immaturity, but as a child, I always wondered why people could not just outrun floods. And through that dream, I saw why. People were panicking, running in buildings, and I remember being next to this granite like stone, which I always think to be a 9/11 memorial. Next to that was a subway. I remember hiding behind the granite like stone as the waters were pounding, and it was inescapable. If you ran inside, it was a watery grave. There was nowhere to run. Every time I woke from these dreams, the first thing it, the first thing that was in me that just came out was God. I'd wake up and I can't say it was a thought, but it was like a thought of the inside, and it was just like God. The first thing I thought when I woke up from these dreams. Another dream is when I was in Washington and I was taking a field trip, and in brackets I put weird as I live in England. We were on this finely cut grass across the road from the White House. Around this grass were some trees, and a fleet of black flying saucers came from the trees. They they let out this horrible sound which made us close our ears and kneel on the floor. I remember everyone being in formation with their ears closed and knelt on the ground, and I said, I wish, and I remember saying, I wish I'd believed in God. Another one is when I was in England, in this place where I live. The place where this dream took place is not really far from the place which I am right now. Which I am right now. In the place I live, a fleet of black aircraft clustered together was hovering, and people were running and screaming towards this fence which led to a motorway. I managed to jump over this spiked fence and jumped into a moving van where there was an Asian man driving. He took me into his house. It was so peaceful. I remember eating with him, and it was just a silent, peaceful place. My dad came to pick me up and said, let's go home. Upon going home, the place was not the same, absolutely broken. The grass was dry, and houses were broken, and all people were moving away. After these dreams, well, okay, that's the end of the dreams. And if you wanna, I would really appreciate it if you see the rest of the testimony, and so you may see how these dreams came to be. Thank you.